In this session, let us see about achromatic combination of prism. So let me take two prism, consider a crown and flint glass prism. So this is crown glass prism, and the flint glass prism will be placed in such a way that is they are placed in opposite direction like this. An achromatic prism is a combination of two appropriate prisms so constructed that it shows no color. So this achromatic combination, the dispersive power of the different materials are different usually. So if this is a crown glass prism, the dispersive power of the crown is different from the dispersive power of the flint glass prism. Usually different materials have different refractive indices as well as the dispersive power. So when such a combination is combined like this, when you pass a white light, it gives out the same white light and the dispersion all will be hindered inside. So you get no color as the output. So this is such a combination is called as the achromatic combination of the prism. Okay, it is possible to combine two prisms of different materials in specified angles such that a ray of white light may pass through the combination without dispersion. Such a combination is called as achromatic dispersion. Under achromatic dispersion, we have two types. One is deviation without dispersion. The other case is dispersion without deviation. So we are moving to the first category of deviation without dispersion. So let us start with deviation without dispersion. Deviation without dispersion. What is that? So once again, let us draw the crown glass prism as well as the flint glass prism, and let's see the combination. So this is the crown glass prism. I am drawing the flint glass prism. So let me mark it as C and let me mark it as F to show the indication. So when a white light is passed through it, what happens? The colors get dispersed. So this is the violet ray. I'm going to mark the two extreme rays, violet ray. The other one is the red ray. So it gets dispersed. These two, when it goes to the flint glass prism, what happens? They just go in a direction like this, and the violet ray will move in a direction like this. So the net result, you can see there is no deviation. That is, there is no dispersion. They have deviation. So this deviation can be marked like this. If I extend the incident ray as the reference, so this is the deviation produced in the first prism and this is the deviation produced in the second prism. Let me differentiate with the help of primes. The angle of the prism of the crown glass prism can be marked as A and the angle of the prism of flint glass prism can be marked as A prime. So this is the white light, which is the instant light that is passing through the crown glass prism. Okay. So now let us write the equations for crown as well as the flint glass prism. So here in deviation without dispersion, what is that? You doesn't need the theta, just the angular dispersion. For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the angular dispersion. So angular dispersion of the crown can be mentioned as theta c. Angular dispersion of the flint can be mentioned as theta f, and they say that the condition for achromatic combination is that theta c plus theta f is equal to 0. Before writing that, let us write the angular dispersion expression. So theta c is equal to del v minus del r. This is the equation according to the definition, and theta f is equal to del v prime minus del r prime. The same equation can be written in terms of mu v minus mu r, refractive index and the angle of the prism. So this is the equation. Same angular dispersion can be written like this. Same angular dispersion for flint also can be written in terms of the refractive index of violet and the red combination with the help of refractive indices and the angle of the prism. So we have written the equation. So for achromatic combination, what we have said, the angular dispersions must be equal to 0. So what is that? Angular dispersion of the crown plus angular dispersion of the flint must be equal to 0. So let us write the equations of the refractive indices. So mu v minus mu r into A prime for the flint. So this is A for the crown plus mu v prime minus mu r prime into A prime is equal to 0. So this is the condition for achromatic combination, and also you can say this is the condition for deviation without dispersion. In this expression I am going to make a rearrangement and write an expression for angle of the prism. That is, I am going to keep this equation on the left hand side. So I get mu b minus mu r into A is equal to, when it goes to the right hand side, this becomes carries a negative sign. So mu b prime minus mu r prime into A prime. Let me keep the angle of the prism alone on left hand side. Get minus of mu v prime minus mu r prime into A prime divided by mu v minus mu r on the denominator. So this is the expression connecting the angle of the prism of both the crown as well as the flint. So this clearly indicates that A is crown. The value of A will be greater than the value of the flint. And this equation also carries a negative sign. This negative sign indicates that both the prisms are placed in opposite directions. The prisms are placed in opposite direction, that is indicated with the help of the negative sign. Now the same equation can be written in terms of the dispersive power and the deviations. So let me take the same equation. So this equation I am going to consider. So this equation I am going to take once again. So this equation can be written. Let me copy this equation. So let me take this expression and I am going to just make a modification in this expression, that is including that is I am going to include mu minus 1 by mu minus 1 on the first term and mu prime minus 1 by mu prime minus 1 in the denominator. So mu v minus mu r by mu minus 1 into mu minus 1 into A. Okay, so similarly the same thing is repeated for mu v prime minus mu r prime divided by mu prime minus 1 mu prime minus 1 into A prime, which is equal to 0. So when I do this thing, I can come to the conclusion of the different symbols. That is, I can combine the first term and mark it as dispersive power. So what about the second one? So this equation, this terms corresponds to deviation. So likewise, I can write the expression as omega del plus omega prime del prime, which is equal to 0. So this is the condition for deviation without dispersion, or you can write omega del is equal to minus of omega prime del prime. So this clearly indicates that the angle of the prism of crown will be usually taken as an angle 60 degree, and that of the flint glass prism A prime is equal to approximately 29 degree 17 minutes. So this combination is, if you combine, that is said to be achromatic combination of the prism, achromatic prism. Okay, so the net deviation can also be written as del del prime or del y prime. So here y indicates the deviation of the mean ray. What is the color of the mean ray? Mean ray is nothing but the yellow. yellow color. So this is deviation without dispersion. In this session, we are going to see dispersion without deviation. That is, there should not be no deviation. Achromatic prisms are not of much practical use. A more useful combination of prisms is that one which has a dispersion but no deviation. So this is employed in direct vision spectroscope. So now let us consider two prisms. One is crown, the other is the flint glass prism. Both are placed in opposite direction. Let me pass a white light. So what happens is the three colors. I am going to choose violet, then the mean ray yellow, then the red ray. What happens is when it passes through the flint glass prism, the ray gets dispersed without any deviation. The ray gets dispersed without deviation. So this is the violet ray, this is the extreme color red ray, and in the middle we have the yellow. So this is combination is called as the dispersion without deviation. This is crown glass prism, this is the flint glass prism. The angle of the prism of the crown glass is A and the angle of the prism of flint glass is marked as A prime. Now let us write the deviations produced. So the deviation produced in the first prism will be del. The deviation produced in the second prism will be del prime. Let me start with the deviation expressions. So for crown, you can write the deviation expression as del is equal to mu minus 1 into A. And for flint, you can write del prime is equal to mu prime minus 1 into A prime. So what is the condition in this? There should be no deviation. Then you can add both the deviations, that is del plus del prime is equal to 0. So let me substitute the expressions mu minus 1 into A plus mu prime minus 1 into A prime is equal to 0. Now let us modify the expression and get an expression for the angle of the prism, which is equal to A. You get a negative sign mu prime minus 1 into A prime as it is divided by the mu minus 1. So hope this equation is very clear. We have made a simple modification of rearranging the expression. We have got the equation for A and A prime. Here the negative sign indicates that the prisms are placed in opposite direction. Prisms are placed in opposite directions. Okay, now let us write the total deviation for individual colors. Let me choose the violet color first. So I am going to write total deviation for violet ray. And then we'll write the total deviation for the red ray. Similarly, total deviation for red ray. So for violet, so the equation is del V is equal to mu V minus 1, del V is equal to mu V minus 1 into the angle of the prism plus mu V prime minus 1 into A prime. So this is the total deviation. So this is for crown and this is for the flint. Similarly, you can write the expression for red ray. Del R is equal to mu R minus 1 into capital A plus mu R prime minus 1 into A prime. So the total deviation of both the rays has been written. Next we are moving to the dispersion. We are going to check the total dispersion with the help of this expression. So after writing this expression, let's see what is the expression for angular dispersion. Earlier we know that what is angular dispersion? Angular dispersion is nothing but the difference between the deviation of the two extreme colors. So we have written the expression for del V and what about del R? So both the equations we have got. So let me substitute del V as mu V minus 1 into A plus mu V prime minus 1 into A prime, and we have a negative sign into a square bracket. I'm going to just mark. So mu R minus 1 into A. You can also cross check with the previous expression. So mu R prime minus 1 into A prime, close bracket. So when you remove the brackets, you get mu V into A minus A plus mu V prime A prime minus A prime minus mu R into A, minus into minus plus, you get A, minus into minus plus, and minus into plus is minus, minus mu R prime A prime, and you get the end to be plus A prime. We'll cancel out the similar terms, that is minus A plus A minus A prime plus A prime. So we get the, let's combine the results. So here you have mu VA and this is mu RA. Here you have got mu V prime A and this is mu R prime A prime. Let me combine those terms. So mu V minus mu R into A. I'm just putting bracket for the refractive indices differences and the angle of the prism outside, plus mu V prime minus mu R prime, close the bracket. Let me write the so mu V prime A prime I have written, so this is A prime. In the second term, I am going to make one inclusion, that is I am going to multiply and divide by mu minus 1 divided by mu prime minus 1, or else I can do like this. In the second term, as it is, I am going to keep, but one modification I said earlier, no, I am going to replace this angle of the prism of Flint equation. Already we have written the equation for A. So this equation I am going to take there. So let me copy down this expression. So in the place of A prime, I am going to replace by this expression. So in this expression, what I am going to do is I am going to write in terms of A prime. So when I change, what will get? Same expression, A prime is equal to mu minus 1 into A divided by mu prime minus 1, along with the negative sign. This I am going to substitute in the place of A prime. So you get mu V minus mu R into A as it is, plus mu V prime minus mu R prime. In the place of A prime, you have a negative sign, put a multiplication here, mu minus 1 divided by mu prime minus 1, close bracket, into capital A. Okay, so in this second term, we have written mu minus 1 by mu prime minus 1. The first term also I am going to make an inclusion. That is, I am going to multiply and divide by mu minus 1 and mu minus 1. That is, mu V minus mu R into A as it is. The new term is mu minus 1 by multiply and divide by mu minus 1, plus mu V prime minus mu R prime. This carries a negative sign, then this becomes negative. So this term appears as it is into A. So if you look closer into this equation, so what is this one? This term can be written as dispersive power, and this term can also be written as dispersive power, and you have the common terms. So by combining you get, what is that? Omega into mu minus 1 into A minus omega prime into mu minus 1 into A. Taking out the common, you get omega minus omega prime into mu minus 1 into A. So this is the angular dispersion. That is del V minus del R is equal to omega minus omega prime into mu minus 1 into A. So this is the condition for dispersion without deviation. So this resultant dispersion is equal to the difference between the two dispersions. That's all. Direct vision spectroscope is the application of achromatic combination of prisms. So in this direct vision spectroscope, we have 3 crown glass prisms and 2 flint glass prisms. So these are crown glass prisms, and we have 2 flint glass prisms. Actually, it is placed in a metal tube. So the prisms are fixed in a metal tube. A collimating lens is fixed at one end of the tube and a telescope at the other. So here we have the collimating lens on the one side. So these are the lenses. We have a source over here. So this source comes through a slit. So this is the source. The source is usually a white light. So this lenses combination are called as collimating lens, with a combination of convex and concave. On the other side, we have the telescope. So let me draw the telescope lens, the combination of lenses with the convex and concave. So in the place of eyepiece, we have the other set of the lenses. So that's all. This is direct vision spectroscope. So this is the crown glass and the flint glass. So it's an application of the second category of achromatic combination of prism, dispersion without deviation. Here the angle of the prisms are chosen in such a way that the total deviation produced for the mean ray is usually 0. That is, del y is 0. What is this del y? Is called as the mean ray. Total deviation for the mean ray is 0. The refractive angles of the crown and flint glass prisms are in opposite directions, like earlier, the same way. So let us pass a white light through the slit. So the white light touches the first prism. What happens is, you get the dispersion of the extreme colors, violet and the red ray. They move like this. So this is violet and this is the red ray. And this dispersion, it is combined in flint glass prism 1. So this is red and this is the violet. They move towards the ground glass where they occur. The directional point changes like this. The flint glass once again does the property of the dispersion without deviation. So dispersion occurs and it just comes outside, and this can be viewed through the telescope. So this shows that you can observe the variation of the colors. The resolving power of the colors can be observed with the help of direct vision spectroscope. The deviation produced by the crown glass prisms in one direction is equal and opposite to the deviation produced by the flint glass prisms in the opposite direction. The resultant dispersion and dispersed beam is almost parallel to the incident beam. See, parallel to the incident beam. The prisms are cemented together with the help of Canada balsam. So this Canada balsam has the refractive index value about 1.54. So both the prisms are cemented together with Canada balsam. Why it is used is, it is used to minimize the reflection losses at the interfaces. Reflection losses at the interfaces. Okay, let's see what are the uses of this direct vision spectroscope. So talking about the uses, it is very handy, can be carried away easily. The next use we come across that we can study the spectra of different sources of light. Spectra of different sources of light, whether it can be sodium vapor lamp or a mercury vapor lamp. So we can study the spectra of different sources of light, even iodine spectra of light. The next is, if you use more than two prisms, it increases the resolving power of the instrument. So use of more than two prisms increases the resolving power of the instrument. So that's it. So these are the uses of direct vision spectroscope. So let me summarize once again. A direct vision spectroscope, it is in the application of achromatic combination of the prisms. The second category, dispersion without deviation. So we have to make that total mean ray, that is total deviation of the mean ray should be 0. So it consists of 3 ground glass prisms and 2 flint glass prisms. They are oriented in specified angles in opposite directions. They are placed in a metal tube. So we have collimating lenses and telescope lenses. So when a white light passes through this combination, you get the colors get separated, and you can see the most important application is resolving power. So these two prisms are cemented together with the help of the material called as Canada balsam with a refractive index of mu is equal to 1.54. Why it is used? Because to reduce the reflection losses at interfaces. That's all. This is direct vision spectroscope.
Now let us discuss some numerical problems in dispersion. Problem number 1. For a crown and flint glass for C and F lines, mu C is equal to 1.515, mu F is equal to 1.523 and mu C is equal to 1.644, mu F is equal to 1.664 respectively. For crown and flint glass, they are given the respective refractive indices for C and F lines. Calculate the angle of flint glass which may be combined with crown glass prism having refracting angle 20 degree so that the combination is achromatic for C and F rays. So let us identify the given data in the problem. So these two refractive indices are for ground glass prism and the remaining refractive indices are for flint glass prisms. So for the condition to be achromatic, so we have to write the condition. Okay, now let us do this problem and find a solution for this problem now. So the condition is mu f minus mu c into angle of the prism is equal to mu f prime minus mu c prime into a prime. So the primed coordinates represent the flint glass prism. Now let us substitute the respective uh, refractive indices. So mu f is 1.523, mu z is 1.515. The angle of the prism for crown glass prism is being given, the value is 20 degrees. So let us substitute here 20 degree, which is equal to mu f prime is this one. So 1.664 minus mu c prime is 1.644, and our task is to calculate a prime. Okay, so now let us find out the answer using the calculator. So my aim is to find a prime, so I can just write a prime in the left hand side and putting all the other values on the right hand side. So when I subtract the values of 1.523 and 1.515 into 20 degrees, so I'll just get 0.008 in the numerator into 20 degree divided by 1.664 minus 1.644. In my calculator it shows 0.02. So you just work it out in the calculator and find out the solution. So if you just type and divide by 0.02, the answer should be 8 degree. So this is the angle of the prism for flint. Okay, angle of the prism. Okay, so this is very simple now. So all you have to remember is the condition for achromatic combination, right? Let's move to the next problem. So this is problem 2. A crown glass prism of refracting angle 8 degree is combined with the flint glass prism to obtain deviation without dispersion. So here the achromatic combination is deviation without dispersion. If the refractive indices for red and violet rays for crown glass are 1.514 and 1.524, and for the flint glass are 1.645 and 1.665 respectively, find the angle of flint glass prism and net deviation. So this is similar to the previous problem, but along with that we are supposed to calculate the net deviation, that is delta we have to calculate. So let us do this problem now. So first of all, let us write the condition. The condition for deviation without dispersion. Deviation without dispersion is given by mu v. So two extreme rays are given, red and violet. So I have just written the difference in refractive indices of the two extreme rays, that is mu v and mu r, into the angle of the prism, which is equal to mu v prime minus mu r prime into a prime. So using this combination we can just find out the value of angle of the prism. Is very simple. So like the previous one, we'll just substitute the refractive indices. Let us start. The greater number represents the refractive index of violet. So 1.524 minus 1.514 into angle of the prism, that is refracting angle is given as 8 degree, and mu v prime is the greater number is 1.665. so this is for violet or flint, so I have written now. And then for red ray it is 1.645, and we have to calculate the a prime. So let the a prime be in the left hand side, and the remaining I have to subtract this 1.524 and 1.514, and this gives me the value of 0.08 degree. When it is multiplied with 8 degree, I'll get this answer, and divided by 1.665 minus 1.645, and this gives me the solution of 0.02. So once again you just divide. So 8, this is 2. So the answer for angle of the prism for flint glass is 0.04 degree. So one of the tasks is completed in this problem. The next one is to find out the net deviation. To find out the net deviation, first of all, let us find out the mean refractive index for ground glass prism and mean refractive index for the flint glass prism. So after finding out the refractive indices of the respective this, the formula we are going to use is the net deviation formula, which is given by saving this problem itself, that is by looking to this expression for net deviation, you will easily calculate how to find out mu. So you just think about what is mu and how we are going to calculate mu. So this is mu prime minus 1 into a prime. So a and a prime we already know, but in the problem we have mu b prime, mu r prime, mu b and mu r, but we need mu. What is mu? Mu is the refractive index of yellow color. This is the mean ray, yellow color or the mean ray. So we have to calculate mu, that is mean. What you have to do, you have to take the average of the extreme colors. Let us do for crown. So this is for crown. 1.524 for violet, 1.514 for red, the whole divided by 2, and this value comes to be 1.519. And for flint we can do the same process, that is the mean Y ray, that is the refractive index of yellow, is given by 1.665 plus 1.645, the whole divided by 2. So I'll just check in the calculator and the value is supposed to be 1.655. So we have all the details in this expression. So let us substitute one by one. So 1.515 and substituting for mu, minus 1 into a is given to be 8 degree, minus mu prime is 1.655 minus 1, and a prime is observed to be 0.04 degree. Okay, so after subtracting the values and just multiply with the angle of the prism, the final answer which I have got is 1.53 degree. So this is called as the net deviation. This is how you have to remember. So for any achromatic combination, first of all you have to use the condition and you have to sort out whichever it is given as unknown. After finding that, we have to check what is being asked in the problem. So net deviation, write the formula, and if any information in the formula is not given, so we have to find out a loophole to find out the solution and then substitute in the respective condition and bring out the solution. That's all. So this is about problem 2. Go to the problem 3 now. So you can take down problem 3. Three prisms, three prisms of crown glass, each have each have angle of prisms 9 degree, and two prisms of the glass are used to make by looking at the number of glass prisms, crown glass and flint glass, you can easily recognize what we are trying to say. So two prisms of flint glass, this one is flint glass. So crown and flint combination gives you direct vision spectroscope. Direct vision spectroscope, where you have 5 prisms. Among the 5, 3 are crown and 2 are flint. Okay, so here the task is to find out what will be the angle, of flint glass prism. So the given data is here, the refractive index for flint is being given. The value is 1.60, and for crown also we have the refractive index value which is 1.53. That's all. This is the data given in the problem. So we have to calculate, that is angle of the flint glass prism. Okay, you just follow me. So the solution for this is, first of all you have to say that the net deviation or the total deviation in a direct vision spectroscope is equal to 0. So if you add all the deviations in each of the prisms, remember the prisms, we had 3 crown glass prism and 2 flint glass prism. So here this is flint, and the bottom section you have the crown. So these are all crown glass prisms. So each prism will have its own deviation. So this will be del 1, del 2, this is del 3, this is del 4, and this is del 5. So let us add all the deviations. So del L1, del 2 plus del 3 plus del 4 plus del 5 is equal to 0, because there are 5 prisms, so they produce a deviation on its own. So next is, let us substitute the equation of refractive index and angle of the prism combination for deviation. So this will be mu1 minus 1 into A1. So this is for crown. So the angle of the prism will be A1. The next is mu2 minus 1 into A2. This is for flint, plus mu3 minus 1 into A1 plus, so here first of all I'll just write in plus, then I will change the plus, there will be a change in the sign. So mu4 minus 1 into A2 plus mu5 minus 1 into A1, which is equal to 0. Here the flint glass prisms are placed in inverted combination. So hence we have to put negative sign wherever you observe A2. So here the sign will be negative sign. Okay, the sign will be negative. A1 represents the angle of the prism in crown, A2 represents the angle of the prism in flint glass prism, and we have similar type of prisms. So hence we can also combine all the refractive indices also. So the net deviation is equal to 0. So you can find the values as 2 times A2 of 1.60 minus 1, which is equal to 3 times 1.53 minus 1 into 9 degree. Okay, what I have done, I have just substituted mu and values, and I have just combined, because 3 crown glass prisms are there. So 1, 2 and 3, and the refractive indices is also almost the same in the 3 crown glass prism. So keeping all the crowns in the left hand side and or flint on the left hand side and crown on the right hand side. So solving this, so here the task is to find out the angle of the prism for crown. So A2 is equal to, where is A2, where you will write A2? So A2 is equal to, here is A2, 3 into 1.53 minus 1 into 9 divided by 2 into 0.60. So work it out, and the answer for A2 will be 11.9 degree. 11.9 degree. So thus we have completed problem number 3. Okay, a similar kind of thing, we'll just do one more problem related to the problem 3. So previously we have completed flint glass and crown glass combination. So now let us work out one problem, that is, you can just take on this. Find the angle of a prism, angle of a prism of dispersive power, dispersive power 0.021 and refractive index 1.52 to form achromatic combination with the prism with a prism of angle 4.2 degree, and the dispersive power is also given in this problem. Dispersive power 0.045, having index 1.65. Calculate the resulting deviation. Calculate the resulting deviation. Okay, so this is the problem. So we have to calculate the resulting deviation. So it will be the difference between the deviation between yellow rays, that is yellow rays, which is the mean ray. Okay, now let us find out the solution. Since there is given achromatic combination, so we are in a position to write the condition for achromatic combination. So let us do this problem. The solution for this problem is, so mu v minus mu r into a is equal to mu v prime minus mu r prime into a prime. So achromatic combination condition we have written. So next thing is, we have to write the same in terms of dispersive power. Omega is equal to so this is one way of writing the condition. So now the same dispersive power is going to be written in terms of mu v minus mu r divided by mu y minus 1. Mu y minus 1 is, what is mu y? Is the refractive index of yellow. So from this you can just reflect on this. We can find out the omega or angle of the prism using the simple relation, that is a prime is equal to minus of omega into mu r minus 1 divided by omega prime into mu y prime minus 1. So using this we can calculate the angle of the prism or the dispersive power. So at last you have to get the deviation to be mu f minus mu r, that is the value for this problem will be coming to, it is 11.25 degrees Celsius. So after making a rearrangement you just inform me, then you can write the equation like this, substituting the values of the refractive index and dispersive power, and finally you will get the two things. One is you are supposed to find out the angle of the flint. The other one which you have to complete is the calculation of net deviation. So net deviation, so I'll just project the net deviation expression now. Net deviation is nothing but you use the same equation as a prime, okay, and then multiply with the 4.2, which is the angle of the prism of my prism. So angle of the prism. So and you will get a value in terms of negative sign. So this negative sign indicates that the prisms are combined in opposite direction. Okay, so this problem you can just take into homework and you can find out the solution like this. The problem has a solution which says that the a prime value is minus 11.25 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is one of the value. The other one is finding out the deviation difference. Finding out the deviation difference. Okay, so using this, you just to solve this problem, you will get the solution for problem number 4. Okay, so we have done some problems related to the topics we have studied. So hope this is very clear to you. So likewise, you can also practice some problems which is given in the learning material also. Thank you. We'll meet in the next session.